Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a little bit late, but better late than never kind of video, and it is my June favorites. Kind of funny story, but also kind of frustrating. I had already filmed this video and something was going wrong with the computer I usually work my videos on, and pretty much all my files got corrupted, so I had to reshoot this. So hopefully, even though it's a few days late than I intended it to be uploaded, you know, at least it's on now, right? But anyway, I just wanted to share a few of the items with you that I have been loving this past month, and you're gonna kind of see a little bit of a common theme throughout these items this month, only because a lot of these items are gonna focus on kind of time efficiency and getting the job done fast. And the reason for that being is that for those of you who don't know, and for those of you who don't know me in person or in real life, I am in school right now, so even though it is the summer, I'm taking summer courses, and the classes that I'm taking, or the class that I was taking for the month of June, it was kind of early-ish in the morning, so I didn't have too much time to get ready. And in my eyes, the way I see it was, if I'm just going to go to school for about maybe 45 minutes, I really didn't see the point in getting a full face of makeup on. So a lot of the items that I would use constantly throughout the month were those items that I had to just grab for in the morning, do what I can, instant refresher kind of items. So let's just jump right into it. So for the first item that I love this month, it was the Olay Fresh Effects Do Over Hydrating Gel Moisturizer. This stuff has such a nice scent to it. Like, who wouldn't want to smell this in the morning? It kind of just smells like melon and cucumber. Also, when it goes on the skin, it just gives this refreshing, tingly feel. Not minty or anything, but it just feels like you had a light, breeze of air just wash over you, which is really great. So, and I feel like it just kind of awakens the skin a little bit. This with the Bright On Schedule eye cream, like together they make such a great duo, and that is just absolutely like a must for me every morning, because I feel like my skin looks a little bit tired, especially if I didn't get a lot of sleep the night before. This kind of instantly makes me look refreshed. It makes my skin look nice and moisturized, not dry and tired. So this was an absolute must, and I've used it literally every morning. I also use it throughout the day if I needed like a quick refresher, if I hadn't been wearing makeup that day, or if I took off my makeup and was going to redo it, maybe I was going out at night or something, I would use this to give my skin just a little bit of a boost. So since every morning wasn't full-on glam, that means I didn't really have time to apply foundation. Instead of foundation, all this month I opted out for CC cream instead, and it was my Mary Kay CC cream, and I am in the shade Very Light. This stuff is great. It's not heavy at all, and it's surprisingly not greasy. It also has SPF 15 in it, which is great. It's an extra step that I didn't have to worry about as far as skincare. Now with this, I didn't even bother using a brush to apply it. All I would do with this was put about 2 pumps in my hands and just apply directly onto my face using my fingers. I seriously had like a little bit of foundation on in about 5 seconds, and then I would just set it with some powder. It's really great. It's super lightweight, and if you wanted to, you could even use it just as a regular foundation or mix it into your foundation, which I also like to do, just to give my skin, in case I didn't have time for skincare products or creams and serums in the morning, I would use it in my foundation to kind of give my skin back those benefits that it needs. So even though the CC cream would even out my skin tone a lot, sometimes I needed that little extra step to give my skin just a more flawless looking appearance. And for that, I would use, hold on, I need to read it off of the tube because this name is way too long for me to memorize. I would use my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Crayon Concealer, and I am in the shade Fair to Light. This stuff is great and super convenient because it's in a stick form, and all you have to do is just apply it onto any blemish, underneath your eyes, and seriously, sometimes I would wake up looking like I hadn't slept for a million years, and I would just put this on, blend it out. You don't even have to use a foundation, you can use it just on your natural skin alone, and boom, you're good to go with some coverage. Now, for the times that when I would apply makeup and I had all the time in the world, or I had enough time to take my time, I would use constantly, and I seriously fell in love with this foundation. I did do a review on it on my blog at cateye.com, giving it a positive review when I first purchased it, but little did I know that I would end up loving it. And I don't know what it is, but I honestly want to say it's the cover, the finish, and the longevity that it gives me. And it is the Revlon Color Stay Whip Foundation. I am in the shade Natural Beige, and seriously, you guys, this stuff is amazing. I don't know if I'm comfortable saying this yet, but I feel pretty confident in telling you all that I think this is my holy grail foundation now. Seriously, it's that great. I like to apply it using my Bare Minerals Perfecting Face Brush, and that's kind of weird because that brush was made for the Bare Skin formula, which is super liquidy, super watery, and this is far from that. This stuff is pretty thick feeling only because it is in a whipped kind of form, but when you put it on, it seriously blends out really nice and thin, but gives you great coverage. So one layer does enough, and trust me, one layer isn't even a lot of product when you have to use this, when using this. Now it does say on here that it's 24 hours, and don't get that confused with a foundation that's going to clog your pores, feel very heavy, or is matte. It is none of those. Now I don't know if this is going to last you 24 hours only because I don't think I've ever had makeup on my face for longer than 24 hours at a time. That doesn't seem very good for your skin. But I will say that it does last me a full day, as far as, like, let's say getting ready for work at about 8 in the morning till washing it all off if I had to, maybe at like 8 in the evening. So at least 12 hours, yeah, definitely it gives you 12 hours of wear. It actually gives you a nice healthy glow, and I don't mean an oily glow, and this is somebody who has oily skin. So if I'm saying this is good for oily skin people too, then trust me on that. Alright, so since we're now in the middle of summer, let me tell you, every summer my skin does tend to break out more throughout this season than all the other seasons. So I do tend to have a little bit more blemishes, which means I need to take an extra step to cover them. And for that, I have really been loving the NYX HD Photogenic Concealer in the green version. This stuff is great, but let me tell you, if you're going to be using this, dot it onto the areas where you want to cover all that redness. But once you pat it out, or once you spread it out and blend it out, let it dry, because if you don't let it dry, then it's just going to mix everywhere and not cover the area that you really wanted to focus on. All I would do was, after putting on my moisturizer and primer, I would put this on my face or on my blemishes and buff it out, and then I would let it set while I do my eyebrows or do something else, maybe do my hair, and then I would go in with my foundation. And seriously, once you put on your foundation, you will see that it just evens out your complexion totally. The next product I've had for a while, but only recently did I find myself actually constantly using it. And I want to say it's because of the color. It is going to be the Makeup Forever High Definition Blush. I want to say this is also called the Second Skin Blush on the website. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I know that the box had the actual name color, and I want to say it was tangerine, but I could be really, really wrong. So don't like quote me on that. But if just in case that is the wrong name, the color on the back of the pan is 515, and it is this beautiful orange color. Now yes, it looks super bright in the pan, but trust me, when you put it on, it blends out great, and it looks so natural. Also, this is one of those cream blushes that it doesn't have a greasy or oily finish at all. So here's a little bit of a swatch on my hand. Hopefully you can see how not scary looking it is on the skin. This stuff is great. I've been using it seriously every day, and I'm even wearing it right now. So you can kind of see that it gives you great color and a great glow. The blush is super easy to apply, and it literally just feels like your skin. You don't even feel like you're putting any product on. But the color is amazing, and I wish I had gotten more of them when I had the chance. Next item is actually a full-on eyeshadow palette, and it is the Stila in the No palette. This has been my go-to for eyes for the past month, and why I think that is because seriously, the range of colors in this baby is appropriate for any occasion, any time of day, and you can create a ton of looks with it. Also, this color right here, Fire, I am obsessed with. It is such a beautiful terracotta color, and I can't get over it. Every time I use this palette, I'm like, I gotta use this color, I gotta use this color. But I know that I can overdo it with using that, and I'm like, okay, I gotta change it up a little bit. But seriously, the eyeshadow quality of these palettes, or at least this one, because I think there was like about 3 that they came out with. I want to say 3, it could be 4. But they're really great. The eyeshadows are good quality. They're pigmented, but not heavily. So don't think that when you apply like something like this color here, it's going to be like bam in your face. It really isn't. But the color does show up pretty nicely. Also, they're very soft. They blend really well together, and with also any other eyeshadow that I've used with them. Next is a favorite mascara that I've been using, and it is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara. Now, the reason why I like this mascara is for two reasons, or the reason why it's one of my favorites this month is one, because if you watched my previous video, which I'll link down below, I loved using this mascara with the unique 3D fiber lashes because it is super comfortable and it's not a heavy mascara and it doesn't clump and it really separates and flares out my lashes really nicely. Now, another reason why I like it is because of the wand. Typically, I like wands that are a little bit thicker, more fluffy, because they really give my eyelashes a really dramatic look and they make them really nice and full. But since that really isn't what I was trying to achieve with this mascara, I really liked it more for definition, and also it works really great on the bottom lashes. Now, this again is a very comfortable mascara and it's very lightweight in my opinion, but it doesn't budge, so don't think that just because it's like summer and it's kind of hot and sweaty, it's going to be like sticking around everywhere, because it's kind of light, not very durable. It also isn't waterproof, but that's not the case. It really doesn't come off until you put eye makeup remover on it or you're actually intentionally washing it off. Now, for the summer, I love bright lip colors and I also really like those glossy, fresh looking lips. So for that, I've really been liking the Mary Kay Apple Jelly Glosses, and these two are in the shade, where is the shade? This one is called Poppy Love, which I did review a while back on my blog with a bunch of different orange based colors for the lips. And then the pink one is called Violet Vixen. These two are very sheer, and I'm going to try to swatch them here. So these are the swatches. Hopefully you can kind of see them pretty well here. These are the swatches of the two glosses. And here is the more pink one, here is the orange one. Now, these are great to wear on their own because they're going to give your lips that really nice bright tint. But what I like to use them for is to apply them over lip colors, just to kind of gloss out the color more, bring it out, make it more bright and fresh looking. Next product that I really ended up enjoying this month was the Not Your Mother's Clean Freak Dry Shampoo. Now, what I found interesting about this product was I've had kind of a struggle finding really good dry shampoos, and the last one I was using gave me the trouble as far as it made my hair way too stiff and way too dry, which I know sounds crazy and it probably sounds like I'm whining and I'm asking for way too much for my dry shampoo because hello, that's what it's supposed to do, absorb all the oil. But when you take out all of the oil or you just make it so stiff, it really is hard to work with your hair, and that's not what I want at all. What I really wanted was something that made me feel like my hair was still manageable enough that I could wear it down without looking like a total grease ball. But basically, this did the job. Now, I did have a little bit of a process that I needed to follow when using this. Anyway, I would put this on during the night to absorb the oil, and when I woke up, it really did help control the oil that I produced throughout the night. It does leave a little bit of a white translucent kind of powder to your hair, but once you brush it all out, it goes away. So also a really good plus, because I have found some that the white just won't go away. Also, it kind of smells like lemon. It does have a really nice fresh scent to it, and it's not too overpowering. So all in all, this dry shampoo is pretty great. So guys, that wraps up my June favorites, and I cannot believe we were already in July. That is just mind-blowing to me. But it has been a really great year so far, and I'm excited to see what the rest of the half of the year has in store. Again, thank you for watching, and if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe down below for more weekly videos from me. I enjoy talking to you guys, and until next time, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!